Hello everyone. This morning I'm not in the middle of the countryside. I'm actually just a few hundred metres from the North Sea. I'm just at Cutthroat Dene in Seaburn in the north of Sunderland, and it is right next to Mere Knolls Cemetery. I've never actually been down this part of the cemetery before. Obviously you can see where Seaburn gets its name from, with the burn that goes into the sea. It's quite picturesque down here. The stream runs along the northern side of the cemetery. In the thumbnail for this video, I've called it Seaburn Cemetery. It is called Mere Knolls Cemetery, and that's the term I use, I think, in every single video I've done here so far. And also if I write any history stories, I use Mere Knolls, but people do call it Seaburn Cemetery. So sometimes I think if I do a video with Mere Knolls in the title, it probably won't. Some people in Sunderland might not even know, but I've just seen something which, sadly, oh, look down there. Some headstones are actually in the river. I say river, stream. Beloved Jess, who died. You can see there's fragments all the way along there. That's sad to see. You think somebody, that looks like probably somewhere late 1800s, a very early 1900s type of stone. Obviously somebody spent the hard-earned money to remember a family member. There's actually quite a few bits in there. As you can see, if you look up the hill, I'm going to come back to that and take some photos. That's one of the cemetery chapels on the edge of the cemetery. Out of all the three Sunderland huge municipal cemeteries, I think this is the most picturesque one. It's got lots of history up there. I don't think there was that many burials on this side of this so close to the stream. Look at the size of it, look at the slope. But there is, you can just see one in the distance there. And then there's one random one there and another one there. So somebody's obviously found some fragments and brought them down there and hide them in. I think this particular cemetery always has a wild look to it, because they let the grass grow in the olden bit. It's an absolutely gorgeous morning. Apologies if there's any breeze on the video. I've lost one of my ear reduction little mufflers this morning somewhere in the house, and I can't bloody find it. This particular cemetery opened in 1856. Previously, most people who lived in Monk Wearmouth, Roker and Fulwell would have been buried at St Peter's Church, or Monk Wearmouth Parish Church as they probably would have called it at the time. I just checked on Google Maps this morning. It's actually 2.3 miles from St Peter's up to this cemetery. So at the time it was built, most of that was pretty much countryside. I think Monk Wearmouth ended at what is the end of about Roker Avenue now. There wasn't much development at all past that point, apart from cottages, hamlets. So it was a bit of a hike up here for any family to come and visit loved ones at the cemetery. You're talking a long walk, or if you're lucky, hitch a ride on a carriage up here. Even for a funeral itself, remember there's no trams, there's no public transport. This is actually the first time I've ever walked along here. It's actually quite I'm glad I came. I'm just off to Morrison's, which is just round the corner. So I thought I'd come and do a video somewhere I've never been before. You can't see over the brow of that hill, but Whitburn is just about a mile up there. It's a glorious sunny day, but it was a cold night, so there's a bit of frost still around before it melts off. Spring's about here. I can see the daffodils, and I saw a few crocuses when I parked up. Lots of wildlife. I saw lots of squirrels. So peaceful. So just have a look over here, because this is the extreme northeast corner of the cemetery. So look, there's two headstones, at least two headstones in that. So is it some sort of thorns, brambles or something like that? One, two. I don't think there's any more there. Might be some laid flat out. A load of wood pigeons. Literally, where I'm pointing that camera, if you're not from Sunderland, there's a small house and estate. Then you've got the stack and all the Seaburn seafront and the beach. But that bit up the top, next to that chapel, that's left to grow wild during the summer. It's very atmospheric up there. Creaking, that tree sounds like it's going to fall down, better stay away. In memory of Thomas Cass, who died something 1869. So you can imagine, back in the day, it would have been so particularly quiet and peaceful over this particular spot. You wouldn't get all the dog walkers that you do nowadays. Literally is such a peaceful spot. That branch is going to snap in it, I better stand away. There's a few dog walkers around already. In loving memory of Samuel Watson, eldest son of Robert and Annie Watson of Fulwell Road, who died May the 26th, 1869, just 18, as we've even put the half in, 8.5 years. Also of Amy H.L. Watson, aged 13 years and 8 months. Then R.H. Watson, aged 12 years and 5 months. And then A.E. Watson, aged 10 years and 7 months, who were killed in the Victoria Hall disaster, June 16th, 1883. They have now all received their prize. 2, 3, God. So I've never noticed this one down here before. But that was June the 16th, 1883. 182 children were killed in the crush at the Victoria Hall disaster over in the centre of Sunderland, or Bishop Weymouth as was at the time. A quiet spot for them. So that poor family, Robert and Annie, the parents, in 1869, they lost a son who was only 8.5, and then 14 years later, in one day, they lost 3 children that Saturday afternoon. Terrific. There was one family, the Mills family, who sadly lost 4 children. I think the furthest I've come to is a couple of the graves near it, but look at that, look at those snowdrops. In memory of Rachel, daughter of Robert and Sarah Neveson of Carlisle, who died June the 6th, 1869, aged 21 years. Only 21. Speculate what might have caused her death. If I had to, I'd probably say it always ends up being TB. Now, I know this particular gravestone because I've done a story about it. It might be on Sunderland History, or it's one of those ones. It's I think this is the boy in the pond or something. In memory of John William Fenton, who was drowned in Monk Wearmouth Colliery Pond, October the 7th, 1868, aged just 10 years. A family lived over Devonshire Street in Monk Wearmouth, close to Monk Wearmouth Colliery. So it was an October day, and for some reason the kids were just playing in the pond, and sadly he drowned. His parents had come up from Norfolk. His father was, I think it was Henry Marjoram Fenton. They're buried up near that chapel, and they actually mentioned John William on that particular headstone. In the same week that he died, there was a newspaper article in a Yorkshire newspaper about an inquest held in Sunderland of a young boy who drowned. Now, it could be just purely coincidence, but I can't imagine in October there was many people going out playing around in ponds and rivers who died in that one particular week. And it mentions about the inquests. Obviously they're all mainly held in pubs during that time because there was space, and you could put the jury in, witnesses, and you could also put the body on the table. And the foreman of the jury was the landlord of the pub, and during an interlude they all started drinking, the jury, and when they came back they're absolutely hammered. So the coroner was furious, and he said they were just bringing out lots of noise, I think it was, a raucous, and he sent them home in disgrace. So possibly, I think it is probably young John's inquest. And even there's some down in this particular bottom corner. I am going to take some photos after I finish this, which hopefully I'll put on Beautiful Britain and on my own Facebook page. In love and memory of John George, beloved son of J.G. and I. Lawson, who was accidentally killed January 21st, 1890. He was just aged 7.5 years. Suffer children to come unto me. I'll have to have a look at that one. I've never noticed that. Again, every time you visit one of these particular cemeteries, there's always something you've never spotted before. Just have a look at a couple of others while we're down here. Oh, I'll show you the view towards Whitburn. You can see the tower over at Cleedon, the end of Seaburn, and Whitburn in the distance. It's a lovely spot. Members of the Lang family. I'll show you one more because I can just see it from here. It's got absolutely lovely writing. That's an old one, this one. It's beautiful, that. In memory of Sergeant William John Johnston, who departed this life 28th of March 1860, aged 48 years. O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory? I think I did research him years ago. From memory, I think he lived down Monk Wearmouth, and with a surname like Johnston, probably Scottish. I'll just walk up to here to end the video so you can get a better view. of the cemetery chapels. I'm absolutely glad I came because I wanted to do a video this morning, but I couldn't think of anything. Yeah, there's another cemetery chapel over there for anybody who doesn't know. Look, there's Whitburn in the distance. You can see it's got the wild look. I think I've got time just to show you one other headstone if I can remember where it is. It's somebody who's got writing upside down. I think on the, or it's on the back of it. Something different. And all those crocuses. Watch out because there's nothing to stand on them. They're everywhere. It's in that fine monument, just in the, I won't go any closer because it's crocuses there. Sacred to the memory of Matthew Gooding's shipwright. So anybody who doesn't know, a shipwright was like a ship's carpenter. He died October the 16th, 1856, aged 39 years. So the cemetery had only been open a few months before he died, so probably would have been the first few hundred to be deposited here. It was a common occupation in Sunderland, shipwright, well before they stopped using wood for ships. Right, I'm just going to say goodbye and thank you for watching. If you did enjoy this particular video, give it a like, and if you want to, click on the subscribe. And I'll see you next time. I'm not sure where, I'll have to think of somewhere. I'm probably going to do a video tomorrow. So anyway, see you all later. Take care. Bye.